What's up, dudes? I hope you guys are doing good. Today we got a fantastic video that I'm very happy to bring to you guys at home. Today we're going to be doing a video based off of Robotech, an animated series that really was like my favorite show as a kid. Let's just say that. It was my favorite show as a kid. So I'm really looking forward to bringing this video today. So why don't we do this? Let's do a quick little intro, kind of Star Wars style. I know it's a little bit out of sync, but it gives you a good succinct description of what the show's about. And then we'll get into the colors we use, and then we'll paint, and then we'll have a great video. Also, thank you very much to Long Neck Dane for sending me this hoodie. Well, it's a crew neck, actually. I really appreciate it, homie. It's definitely my style. Thank you very much. Alright, so up first I'm going to be painting Rick Hunter, and I'm going to be painting some of the Zentradi characters as well too, because you know there's this conflict between the two. So Exodore kind of has this like kind of weird pinkish color, so I'm going to be using Antique Pink Middle for that. It's kind of like a weird shade, right? It's like kind of like a mauve or something. Alright, for Dolza I'm going to be using Stone Gray Light, which is kind of like a medium neutral gray, if you will. What am I saying? It's slightly warm. It's a slightly warm gray. Okay, up next I got Tulip Blue Light, Tulip Blue, and Raspberry Red, the colors I'm going to use for Rick Hunter's uniform. Excellent shades, and they are in a gradient, so you can use them for your more dimensional type work. Okay, up next is Ochre Brown, Camel, and Labrador. Now, these are colors 196, 197, and 198. You're gonna love these ones right here because they work for almost anything. You got a 3-color gradient. You know, if you need to do some with a little bit darker skin tone or lighter skin tone or someone in the middle, you still have these other 2 colors to use for shadowing or highlighting or whatnot. If you need to go a little bit darker, you could always add a little bit of transparent black, which I do have in the truck. I just don't happen to have it right here. But black is too graphic sometimes. Sometimes you need something that kind of blends in a little bit better. And I find aubergine is the perfect color for outlining characters with. Try it out. I think you will agree with me. It's a really good black replacement. It's not black. It's eggplant. Very clean lines too. Very, very clean lines. So that's the colors I'm going to be starting with this mural. Let's get cracking.
どうせただのガキ俺の動きはハンマーバーキーあそこの女ナイスバディ今夜もチルとビーツでパーリーどうせただのガキ俺の動きはハンマーバーキーあそこの女ナイスバディ今夜もチルとビーツでパーリー1、2、3、4で踏むステップを舐めてくれてても大いに結構目の前の敵は叩き潰すそのブランドの服すらも着崩す金ならないけど腹せろ見え生き様を映す奴らの使命ガスも電気も動かない家でろくでなしから学ぶ悪知恵未だ感じない限界予想はできてたこの展開忠告は下手を打つ影砂利鉄も言ってるよ貸しかけI know only one this way 着飾ってるあいつはディスプレイちょいと悪いお先に失礼行くとこまで行く我が宿命どうせただのガキ
Let's move back over here. Talk a little bit about it. Okay, so up first we got the Zentradi guys, right? The Zentradi they're just disgusted by humans, you know, and there's supposed to be like, I think like Rick and Lisa right here making out or something like that.
I want to get their reaction on my video recorder.
All right then, but why don't you do it with Ben?
Because I'd rather do it with you, Rick. Are you ready?
Yes. Get these micronians out of my sight at once!
Because they could not believe that the humans would embrace in such a fashion, because they're a warlike people. You know, they don't live like that. So of course we got the Veritech fighter over here, which he came out pretty good. I got to do a little bit more work on him. I'm trying to think like what I want to do. These are actually very hard to paint, but we got like a really cool like kind of electrical plasma field around him, you know, like I don't know, like you blast it through his Zentradi ship or something like that. And of course we got Rick over here doing his thing. And one thing I want to mention is try to integrate a lot of hands into your artwork, because they're very hard to do, and you're gonna mess up when you do it, right? You're just gonna mess up when you do it, and that's totally fine. I mess up all the time, but the better you get at drawing hands, the more valuable you become as an artist, because that's something that a lot of people can't do. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the letters here. So what I'm doing is like a shard style, and if you want to take a look at it here, I'm just gonna kind of give you a little basic rundown here. So you're just taking the letters and just breaking them up into little pieces, right? And think of like broken glass. You can take those pieces that are like irregular kind of shapes, you know, think geometrically. Start placing them together like Legos or Duplos, you know. If you're a beginner, you do Duplos. But you're a pro, you do Legos. So start putting them together. Yes, you are. So start putting them together to make your letters. Now, as you can see, I put a little bit of black paint right here. This kind of helps as you're kind of sketching stuff out. You know, you start drawing lines over lines over lines. Stuff starts to get a little bit muddy. So sometimes it's good to kind of cut back on a little couple parts here. You know, just so you can remind yourself later on when you're starting to lace all this up, what you were planning on doing. Oh, this is a current. I think it's 042 is the color number. Maybe that's the old number. I don't remember, but it's current, AKA Cess Violet, which is one of the best purples you ever use, by the way. My favorite purple. And I'm going to outline it. Let's take a look at some of our outline colors over here. Okay, so we got Kiwi. We got Kiwi right here, and this is going to be our outline color. And then I also have Kiwi Light right here. So these are going to be purple fill with the Kiwi outlines, which I think will look really, really dope. Here's the current right here. Sort number 069. The old number was 042. I guess I'm showing my age here.
俺の動きはハンマーバーキーあそこの女ナイスバディ今夜もチルとビーツでパーリードッドッドどうせただのガキ俺の動きはハンマーバーキーあそこの女ナイスバディ今夜もチルとビーツでパーリーワン、ツー、スリー、フォーで踏むステップを舐めてくれてても大いに結構目の前の敵は叩き潰すそのブランドの服すらも着崩す金ならないけど腹せろ見え生き様を映す奴らの使命ガスも電気も動かない家でろくでなしから学ぶ悪知恵
The one thing about Kiwis though is they don't cover as good or hide as well over dark, like over black here. So you might see a little bit of the black peeking through as the paint dries, because as you guys know, as the paint dries, it starts to shrink up. So those softer areas, the paint will look a little bit thinner. So let it set, and then just kind of dust over it to kind of give it a little bit more opacity, and you'll be good. If you go for like soft pastel, it will cover better than these because it has a little bit more white in it. So the more white light greens cover better because the white pigment covers better, but they won't have the same vibrance as the Kiwis. So you got to think about that when you're painting, you know, because sometimes absolute coverage isn't everything. It's not. Sometimes it's about the vibrance of the color. It's about the precision of how it comes out of the can. Extremely precise. You know, like for example, like the Acme, like the light green Acme is a good color, or a better example is this. Molotov Signal White is not the most covering white. It used to be, but it's not anymore. In fact, the Acme White covers better than the Molotov in my eyes. But the Molotov White is way more precise than the Acme. It's way more precise. Better precision, better control. And I would probably say it's going to, over the long run, it's going to be more resistant to fading. The Molotov uses a real high quality lacquer with very, very finely ground pigments. And you'll see it with murals around Seattle, stuff that's done with Molotov. It definitely holds up better over time. That's why it's so expensive. But if you're doing a mural like this, you know, you want to give the client the best. You know, you really want to give the client the best. So anyways, working on this, I gotta do a little bit more cut work here. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm going to be using the Kiwi Light, do a little bit of line work. And then right here, as you can see, I'm doing like these little explosions, and that's the flame blue. I was gonna do this all Molotov, but kind of got caught up. Red orange in the flame blue. So I'm gonna do like little explosions here with a little bit of yellow in the middle to kind of give it that explosion look. And I'm gonna take pictures of Molotov cans coming out like missiles, you know, so the Molotov cans are like the weapon coming out there. as it says, a secret weapon over there. Anyways, I think it's gonna look really cool when it's done, so I'm looking forward to bringing it to you guys. It's kind of a long time coming on this project. But anyways, let me go ahead and get this buttoned up. We'll get the GoPro going, and I'll see you guys at the end.
どうせただのガキ俺の動きはハンマーバキあそこの女ナイスバディ今夜もチルとビーツでパーリーどうせただのガキ俺の動きはハンマーバキあそこの女ナイスバディ今夜もチルとビーツでパーリーワン、ツー、スリー、フォーで踏むステップを舐めてくれてても大いに結構目の前の敵は叩き潰すそのブランドの服すらも着崩す金ならないけど腹せろ見え生き様を映す奴らの使命ガスも電気も動かない家でろくでなしから学ぶ悪知恵未だ感じない限界予想はできてたこの展開忠告は下手を打つ影砂利鉄も言ってるよ貸しかけ I know only
Oh, sorry. Okay. So let me do a little bit of a post-painting commentary. My GoPro died, so bear with me here. So the piece I did, pretty much what you saw before. Just kind of kept it as is because I think it came out really great. Very happy with it. You can see I fixed Rick's helmet right there. Just did a little subtle change to it. Also the Veritech fighter. I added a transparent black to give it more depth. Also fixed the arm. And I think that was pretty much it for that. The Zentradi guys are pretty much good to go. So also we got hit-offs for all the homies in California. My hometown, Modesto, California. Shout out to Modesto. Hope you guys are doing good out there. It was a lot of fun, man. I think this wall came out great. There's a lot of color. There's a story being told. And all in all, I gotta say it's a successful mural. I'm very happy with it. All right, guys, so we're all done with the wall, and I think it looks really good. We got some nice popping colors, some very cool styles, also some great 80s anime action, which I think will look really good. And of course, I think it looks good. I painted it. But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the wall and some of the steps that we went through to do this. Obviously, first I did a black background, which I like to build up from because if you build up from dark, you can kind of just go straight to your highlights. You can create a lot of great detail and also be able to build up that negative space with a nice clean slate, which I think works really, really good. Surface was a bit of a challenge, as you can see. It is an old school slotted fence. Think Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, whitewashing the fence. But, I enjoyed those type of circumstances. I guess we can call it like all-terrain painting, if you will, all-terrain painting. But if you step away from the wall, there goes my mask. Don't want to lose that. As you step away from the wall, it all kind of blends into the artwork, which is a lot of fun. So, up close, interesting details, far away, you see the whole picture. Very, very cool. So, this was a pretty inspiring wall for me because at the time when this show came out, there was nothing like it. There really wasn't, at least not in the US. Obviously overseas, different story. And it was definitely a different time. You couldn't just, go to Jelly Roll or whatever that, Crunchyroll.com. Jellyroll.com. That is a pen, which is a great pen, by the way. But you couldn't just go to Crunchyroll. You had to go to like a video store, and did the video store carry those things? And it was a very small selection, and usually it was in the back of the video store, right next to the adult things. I don't know why they were always placed next to each other in video stores. Ask anyone my age, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But when I was that age, it was quite intriguing. Shout out to Falafel Salam. I really appreciate the opportunity to come out and paint. And if you guys really want to grab some dope falafels, definitely come out here in Seattle. Falafel Salam on Airport Way, the joint. I'll put a link down below, of course. And so it looks like my falafel's about ready, so I got to get out of here. But hopefully this wall inspired you to go out there and find yourself a little piece of real estate somewhere. Like a local business that has like a, just a burnt out wall, and maybe they want some color, give it a little bit of flavor. Who knows? Maybe you will get an opportunity if you seek it, if you look for it. It will be there for you. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. Definitely share this video, let people know about us. And as always, hit up artprimo.com, 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 artprimo.com. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Bye.
どうせただのガキ俺の動きはハンマーバキあそこの女ナイスバディ今夜もチルとビーツでパー
Here comes the Veritex.